top the BMW. Blue deposit, I put up another bag. Like fuck it, I'ma count while I'm in it. I heard planes flying, crowds screaming, money counting chains, clanking shit. I guess that's how it sound when you win it. I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I've been making like 2,000 a minute. So high up through the clouds, I was swimming. I'm probably gonna drown when I'm in it.
Hello, what is going on? Up next, Crypto Keon here, back with another video. And today, guys, we are here with Metalswap. Forget liquidation risk. Do not fear volatility of commodity assets. No longer, guys. They are live on ETH. We're going to be showing you guys the project, what they're all about, the testnet, the DAO, and what else they are doing. So without further ado, fellas, let's tap right in. So fellas, as you can see right over here, we are live and direct on the Metalswap website for getting liquidation risk. As I said it, very exciting stuff. And guys, also take in Metalswap is the world's first decentralized platform that allows hedging swaps on financial markets with the aim of providing coverage to those who work with commodities. So this is very exciting stuff, guys. I'm going to launch the app for you just so you guys can take a look and see what it's all looking like. So very simple, fellas. All you got to do is connect your wallet and you're going to be good to go. So guys, as you see here, we are now on the Metalswap exchange. And of course, guys, we're not just going to talk about it. We have to show it in real time. So taking a look at the trading platform, you see Metalswap right over here. You see the ETH price, the volatility, how everything is going, and let's take a look at how to do these commodity swaps based on whatever you're trying to use. So we're going to start with the current coin. We're going to be using Ethereum for this one, but you could switch. So if you hit the next button, you're able to swap with Bitcoin, and you could see the different iron out and wrist and strike gold. So looking at these different platforms, we're going back to Ether. That's the one we're going to be looking at. You see my wallet's connected on the right side, and you see the coin that we're using is Ethereum. We're going to be playing around with 0.62 of Ether. So the swap depends based on whatever direction you're trying to go into. So if you want to swap Ether for USDT, you see the threshold, the premium, and the potential profit you could make. But if you switch it back to USDT, it's going to be different. So again, you see this interface, very interactive, easy to use. You can move this up and then the threshold moves based on whatever you're trying to do. So looking at these different variables, you have cover, you have the liquidity reward, you have expiration dates, target size, and all of these different things. You have the swap balancer. You could check out all the different details over here. So taking a quick look at this, we're opening the swap because it's giving us an expiration date of the 18th of September, but you could change this expiration date and check out the liquidity reward that's possible to get when related to XMT or whatever else it is. So you see in this situation, guys, the premium is 0.044 and you could open the swap from this position. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. And you could change the expiration date as well. So you see at the 21st gave you that much rewards. Now that we changed the expiration date to the 28th, you see the 69.81 XMT reward. So this threshold and this amount really differs based on whatever you're trying to do. So very important to see that and take out different situations. Again, guys, this distribution is always related based on whatever token you're trying to use. If you're trying to swap Ether to USDT, USDT to Ether, or if you want to implement some Bitcoin swaps in the mix of this. So in this situation, guys, you can see exactly how much we're collecting through the liquidity reward, and that's how much we're getting until that date. So again, closing, it has to be after that date. So you don't earn this reward if you close before that date. So that's very important to see. We're going to switch it over to the USD balance. So you see a 504 USDT balance right over there. And based on that, you could check out all of these different details. So taking a look at this, you see the cover is 0.16% or 16%. And based on whatever you're trying to do, you could change it up. And this all depends on your risk appetite, risk levels, and kind of what you're going for. So very similar topic. You see over here, if we're scared of the price of Ethereum going higher, we want to hedge using a USDT look. So again, this is the best risk implementation method, because you could check out and see different scenarios where the return is X or the return is Y. And it's very important to be looking at these thresholds at all times, because if these thresholds aren't hit, it really affects the amount of your earnings. So we really like to see that. And right now we're going to do the open swap, and say in a hypothetical, if we change this up and wanted to raise that, it could be a little bit different. So right now we're just going to bring it down a little, change it to Ethereum, and kind of see what is happening. So bear with me, guys. It's loading up. You could see the different amount, and it all depends on how much gas you're spending at the same time, guys. So very awesome to see, much different scenarios, and we really, really love to see this. So it all depends based on the situation. You see the close swap, you see the margin, you see the penalties, and you could go from there. So very, very nice method, and you could check out all of these as it is. You have the expiration date, you have the cover, the threshold, the initial price, and right now the swap is open, guys. You see the close swap option on the right side, but you don't want to close before the expiration date, because that way you could earn the most amount of profits for the time being. So really like to see that, and it really depends on whatever scenario that you're trying to look at. Right here you see the different spikes, you see the different profits at these thresholds. Right now you see the new threshold, the old threshold, and these are good to diversify your risk because you're setting new thresholds across the board. So really like to see that, and you could check out all the different details about it. You see the award that you're able to reach, you see the closing penalty, you see the margin left, and you could check out everything else that you want to do, guys. So really depends on your risk appetite. You could set different thresholds so you could really cover the risk in all angles. So again, guys, we really, really like to see this by all angles. We're just going to move it over a little, change it on the ETH size, and open a swap on the ETH size as well. So you can check that out. We have a target size of 1, a liquidity reward of 20.99 XMT. You see the cover, and you could change it based on the target. So right now, you saw as we changed the target to 32, the liquidity reward also changed itself to over 600. So again, guys, if you want to predict the market on a more long out basis, you have the option to do these longs at different dates. So big time returns, if you want to do, say, January 5th for this situation here, that's a lot riskier because the market is volatile and you don't know where it's going that side. But if you're confident that you're able to predict the market to that level, you could do that, set up a target size, and you could see that the reward is absolutely ridiculous. So we really, really like to see that, and you could check out different details about it. Right now, we're just going to be opening it up. You see the profit, whatever margins left, the closing penalties, and you could go from there. So very important to see all of these different key points, guys, and taking a look back at the interface. This is what it's going to look like, and we really, really like to see it. Now, guys, to go back into the platform, let's get into it. So guys, moving on, we are now looking at the Metalswap Finance white paper, and I really want you guys to focus on the second paragraph here. At the moment, financial swaps are the most widely used insurance tool for large-scale exchanges of raw materials such as metals, but everything takes place on centralized markets that require financial, hedge, and bank credit lines. So this is very important, guys, because the way Metalswap works is that it has that hedge available to you. And not only that, guys, these bank credit lines and financial hedges are not always accessible to all and with restrictive bureaucratic times. So the fact that you're able to get involved and get access to these types of lines and these hedges, it's very, very key to do that with Metalswap. So really like to see that. And moving on, you see the issues in the current commodity supply system. And let me tell you, man, there's a whole lot of those. There's excessive price volatility, there's commitment to purchase volumes, and the list just keeps on going. So I love to see projects like Metalswap come through with a solution to these, and you could see that through the elements that characterize a swap, the volume of commissions generated by financial hedges, and the list just keeps on going. So I strongly recommend that you check out the white paper to learn more about them and how they're here to solve the problem, because that's what's key, guys, how they're solving these problems. And you can check it out right over here, how the swap works, what they're doing, the technological architecture overview, and it's very key to check out all of these details and find out how they're implementing solutions to those very costly problems in the commodity supply system. So just taking a look, you could check out how it works through the circular economy all the way to the fair market price, the reward system, a lot of different ways to earn. So again, liquidity pools will be created for each asset, giving back the liquidity provider a generous share of the fees generated by the users opening and closing swap positions. You have the fair market prices here as well, and you guys can check out in the decentralized liquidity pools, it will assure fair market prices. You have a reward system here, so incentive investors who believe in the project by giving rewards to users who choose to participate in this. Guys, I know I briefly talked about the swap competition, but it's something that we need to dig into in more detail. So let's just take a look at what they have going on, man. The swap competition, when does it start? I know up next, Army, that's the first question you're going to. Guys, you can check out that every swap will be closed between the 13th of September and the 13th of October. And if you're in there in that time, you can take part in the amazing Metalswap swap competition. So love to see it. The fact that they're the first hedging swap in DeFi, it's been deployed. So now let's take it a step further, talk about the swap competition and all the initial details about it. You have the no swap limit, how the USDT rewards the 30 best swappers all the way to the first position, second position, third position, and it's going to be updating that. Take a look at some of these rewards, guys. Golden King first position gets 3,000 USDT. Guys, I might be signing up for this one myself. Second position, 1,500 USDT. Third position, 800. And the list just keeps on going. So really like to see that. Make sure to follow these steps very close so you're able to qualify and participate. Look at these kind of qualifications that you need. Again, make sure your swap's open between that month, and you see the different warnings here. Metalswap admins or moderators will never contact you directly, so very important, guys, to keep that in mind. You have the Kovan testnet phase 3 info box, all the different links to their socials that I'm going to have there as well. So very excited for this competition. But now, guys, another key detail we need to talk about is the fact that Metalswap has the CertiK audit. A lot of projects, man, talk about safety, security, blah, 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 but they do not have the audit. Show me the paperwork. And that's something the Metalswap makes sure to have. You see CertiK's audit, they got 100% rating, guys. Not 80, not 90, the full 100%. This is very rare for CertiK audits because, again, guys, even if you get like an 80% or 75%, it still qualifies as a check mark as far as CertiK. So the fact that they have 100% just means they've taken security to that next level. Really like to see that. Taking a look at the audit, you see the key points, centralization, control flow, math operation. These are all boxes that have been ticked off. So big shout out to the Metalswap team. You could get the tokens time and play. Check out the decentralized autonomous organization, and this DAO constitutes the decision-making body of the Metalswap project, composed in different ways of a series of smart contracts, and how the holders of governance tokens can express their opinion on the worthiness of the proposals. So absolutely awesome stuff. You can check out with voting, how that's going to be happening, the implementation of new technological features, the Metalswap tokenomics behind it, why Ethereum, and so much more. How they're putting all of this together. It's very exciting stuff. They've already raised a whole lot of funds. Again, they've raised 8 million in the private sale. You could check out more details on their Medium. So a whole lot of info about these guys, and it's with good reason. Everybody's talking about them, fellas. They have everything that you're looking for, from security to the oracles to liquidity. And you could check out why Metalswap exists, the erosion and profit margins, the excessive price volatility, the commitment to purchase volumes without security. And putting this all together, you could really check out the future is Metalswap. So on both crypto pair and metal synthetic assets, you could become a liquidity provider in one of the numerous liquidity pools, or simply buy and hold the token. So cost minimize, trustless, decentralization system, no need for bank coverage, and so much more. What will there be in the future? And again, guys, they have a whole lot of awesome competitions you could check out. I'm going to be putting the link in the description to their Twitter, so you guys could tap in and see all the awesome competitions they're doing, and also make sure to check them out on Medium and across all different platforms. That's all the time we have for today, man. Make sure to be tuned in because we have a whole lot of content coming your way. Up next, Keon. Peace.